Okay, do you want to start? Hi guys, welcome back to Dinner with Friends. I think this is episode 6. My friend Myra is here visiting from Texas. Her and I met at our mutual friend's wedding and we roomed together and then now we're besties. So here we are. She's gonna be helping me a little bit today, but I'm really excited for the menu today because I wanted to keep it like spooky, Dia de los Muertos, like themed. So I'll break down what we're gonna do. For the cocktail, I'm super thrilled. If you've never seen Practical Magic, I'm obsessed with that movie. It's like me and my sister's movie. I went to Utah and I found this like, I guess pre-made like midnight margarita. If you've watched it, they make midnight margaritas. It's like a big part of the movie. I filled up a couple days ago with tequila and triple sec. So this has been resting in my fridge. We're basically just gonna make midnight margarita martinis. Appetizer is gonna be some elotes with crema, just kind of basic. But then we're gonna do a fresh guac with pomegranates because I wanted to keep it like fall theme. Our dinner is gonna be mole enchiladas with some turkey that I have from the prepped kitchen. And I wanted to keep it again, like traditional with Dia de los Muertos a little bit. So we're gonna make champurrado for our dessert. So let's do it. Okay, so the package came with, lemon verbena, I hope I'm saying that right. Barbados lime, coconut, cinnamon, lemon, lime, raw sugar, activated charcoal. Usually, you guys know if you've been following Dinner with Friends for a long time, I wait until my guest arrives to make drinks. And then like, sometimes I feel like I just pass by like showing you how to make them. But since my guest is here, we're just gonna go straight into making them. Also, I might be a little bit drunk by the time we're like cooking.
So good.
It's dangerous because you can't even taste the liquor and there's so much liquor in there.
It's so citrusy.
Yum.
So good.
Okay, moving on. So now we're doing the guac. Be on the elote. You'll be on the guac. Yes. It's frozen elote. It's not super authentic, but a girl does what she can. Cilantro, aguacates, or avocado, as they say. Jalapeno, tomatoes, onion, limes, pomegranate. I'm gonna let you take the reins on that. Just make the guac as you would, and then we'll just add pomegranate. Okay, so with the corn, I'm basically gonna spray it with a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm just gonna do a very light drizzle of salt, and then I'm gonna put them over the gas flame. Chile, tomate, cebolla. La carne, la olla. No, you've never heard that? Corn is done. These are cocktail skewers, by the way, but just FYI, they work really great for anything else that you could possibly need to skewer. So lime, salt.
Lime in there?
Yes, please. Mayo.
What? I'll go to the store.
It's okay, add crema and cotija. Okay, you guys, we're missing mayo, which is a big no-no. Please add mayo to this if you're ever making elote. Or esquite, as they say it in California. Did you know that in California they say esquite?
No.
Like, that's not wrong, but like, obviously,
I've never heard of esquite.
we don't say it that way. And by we mean like Mexicans from Texas, I think specifically. But do you guys say it even in Mexico?
No.
Went in with crema, butter, cotija cheese. So I just toss all this up. So, you're a good dicer. I say it on here all the time, I'm such a shitty dicer. You know what I'm talking about, tryptophobia, right? So tryptophobia is basically like this fear of like looking at little holes all put together. Oh. It's not like a fear. I think the word fear is not accurately like.
It's more like cosa.
Yeah, la cosa, exactly. Like you're like, oh my god, like I can't. You get like this tingle down your spine. You get like a massive ick. Exactly.
For those that don't speak Spanish, cosa is ick.
Yeah, it's like ick, massive ick. This is the guac. It's very, very good. We're gonna put it to the side and then I'll show you how we're gonna plate it later. So now we're gonna do turkey mole enchiladas. I know it's kind of weird that we're doing turkey. I feel like enchiladas aren't really made with turkey usually, but I had a bunch of turkey at the kitchen and I didn't want it to go to waste. Mole is pre-made. You can make mole like on your own. It is quite the production though, so I didn't do that. I bought pre-made mole. but I thought that'd be more practical to show you guys how you can do it at home. Okay, so these are some turkey burgers that I'm just gonna break up. This part, you have to make like a little station. Let me show you what I have going on. Before you start your little station though, you do need to have really soft tortillas. So get however many you're gonna make, put them in between like cloths or on a paper plate with some paper towels and just zap them in the microwave for like 30-ish seconds so that they're pliable. So here's my little oil bath. This is on like barely medium, like more low to medium heat. And then this is where I'm gonna put my mole sauce. Okay, I ended up getting the mole sauce and putting it in here in a pot with a little water, and I whisked it until it was a little bit better texture, and then now it's in here. Myra's gonna roll the tortilla with the turkey. Okay, you guys are on a cutting board right now. Okay, here we go. So you just wanna get the tortilla to get like little bubbles around it. That'll mean that it's like soft. And then you take it out. You don't want like a super fried tortilla because then it'll be like a tostada, which is delicious, but not what we're trying to do. I love enchiladas.
I know, I do too. I think I've had mole ones in a while. In a very long time.
They're my favorite. I love mole anything. So this is what it looks like. We're just rolling them all up. Look at this. Try to cover all of it. Okay, so we took a little cleaning break. We're on to drink number 2. If you've been watching Dinner with Friends, you know that this is not like the cadence of our usual of how it goes. But since my friend's already here.
And look, I want to show.
We're just gonna keep drinking. It's like we're gonna end up like this with all googly eyes. No, because that's so true. This like little cocktail, like it doesn't taste like alcohol. So that's, you know, not good.
It's awesome.
1, 2, 3, or for good luck. The rest of it because no one's driving. Why not? Okay, so our dessert is gonna be champurrado, which is it's like a hot chocolate, but kind of like an atole. Atole translates as oatmeal, right?
Rice pudding.
It's like a pudding rice drink. It's a thick, yeah. What we're doing. It's kind of like a thick hot chocolate. It's a thick girl. It's a thick gluten-free girl. We're gonna make her vegan.
It's kind of like a hot milkshake, like thick instead of melting, you know?
Yeah.
The opposite of a milkshake.
So not like a milkshake at all. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2.5 cups of water. Recipe usually calls for star anise. I don't have that, but I have cloves, so it's pretty close. Cinnamon, and then we're just gonna bring that to a boil, and then we're just gonna let it hang out for a second before we mix it with maizena and then the chocolate and all that. So now it's boiling. I'm just gonna let it simmer. While that's simmering, I'm gonna whisk some masa harina. I'm gonna do a 1/3 cup of this with really, really hot water, and then I'm just gonna whisk it so that it's thick. Okay, you guys, also, I have all of this extra stuff from the Midnight Margaritas. It's basically coconut and dried lime and orange. So I have a bottle of Jameson that I haven't really touched. So I'm gonna fill this up. I'm gonna do all of it, maybe just like that. It's going back in the fridge. Now gonna be a midnight old fashioned. So 1/3 of maseca. Then we're gonna go a cup of really hot boiling water. Oh, I love the way maseca smells.
Like atole. Atole is like...
Exactly. Fuck, it smells so good. This is like the smell of my childhood.
You know, when you're sick, your
powder.
mom makes you atole. Like if you feel sick and like your stomach hurts or whatever, it's like you can't really eat a whole lot of stuff, but you need something in your belly. Your mom feeds you atole.
Yeah. My grandma was that for me. My grandma would always make me atole, and I can still just remember the smell of her, like, pantry, the kitchen, like
it's a beautiful thing, and it does soothe you.
It's so soothing. Guys, so I ordered the normal abuelita chocolate, which is what you should, but they didn't have any, so I had to go and get this choco whatever. Chop this up. Okay, 4 ounces is basically about half of the package.
It sounds so satisfying.
Crunching.
This is like total
ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR.
Okay, so I need to strain this.
I could only like lift my leg and like spread it on one side.
Which side?
My left side. I think it's because I have like mild scoliosis. So like.
Okay, so now we're gonna add the chocolate. This recipe calls for piloncillo, which is basically like a Mexican brown sugar. I also didn't have that, but I have normal brown sugar, so just making this our own. Okay, so I'm gonna measure this one with my heart, okay? I'm gonna say that like maybe maybe a half cup. If you have piloncillo, I would do like a whole little triangle thing. Okay guys, so you're gonna whisk until it looks literally, you don't have to whisk the whole time, but like you do wanna have it look like this before you add the maseca in there. Oh, I'm so excited. And then we whisk. La 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 la. Can you come in a little closer?
A little closer, baby. I was practicing my other sentence. Woo! I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's like they're not here.
Is this on?
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Hi.
Cheers! Thank you so much for coming all the way over here.
This is awesome.
All the way to LA?
Yes.
Welcome to Dinner with Friends.
Just for dinner with friends.
You usually eat elote. Like, if you go to Mexico and you get elote, like, how would you eat it?
In a cup.
Where are you putting it?
Butter, mayo, and crema, cheese, like queso fresco, but like drier. I don't know.
What's the difference between queso
the
fresco and cotija?
The taste. I don't know where they come from or how they're made, but the taste is like cotija's a little stronger, I think.
I feel like it's saltier.
Yeah, like the chile, but like the Mexican chile for the elote, which not a lot of people know how to make.
You know what it kind of reminds me of is that chile reminds me of like tapatio a little bit. It has a little bit of a bitter feeling, but I would get elote in a cup. I would get mayonesa, butter, salt, and just cotija, and that's it.
Taste the elote.
Like I want to taste the elote, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like a lot of stuff on top. I feel like in general, my cooking and in general my palate is very like left alone like that. Like I just like.
But it's very good though. You balance it out.
I remember in the pandemic, I pickled everything. I pickled onions, I would pickle cucumbers, I pickle blueberries. Do you know you pickle blueberries?
I love pickled everything too.
Like, I feel like I would never allow myself to just spend my time doing those things. But
Yeah.
the pandemic, like, gave me permission. But now I feel like I won't just do that stuff. But I'm trying to be better like that. Or just, like, I'm going to spend a whole night just trying to make a cake. Or, like, trying to make bread. But it's like, I just, for some reason in my brain, it's, like, not allowed anymore. You know what I mean?
I think the pandemic did that for a lot of people.
What did you do in the pandemic? Did you bake? Did you work out? Like, did you drink? Okay.
It was like, I drank at first, but then it was like a spiritual, like, awakening. And that's when I got my certification in Reiki and stuff.
Is it online?
I went somewhere. Like,
Why, is that spicy?
No, but it's just gonna look pretty.
Actually does look really pretty. She's a chef. I'm pretty good cook too, but I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
I have a food business, so I'm pretty good at cooking. But I feel like the pandemic made me more like curious on how, like, what to mix together and like what people would like. Before it was just like on spot food that I would like, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the pandemic just made me more curious. Like I was just like, oh, I wonder how to do this. I wonder how to do that. Like, let me just try it because I had the time.
Yeah.
But I wish I was like that more often, you know? It feels like I can take less risks now.
But that's the conditioning
Yeah.
of society.
Like, we're all, like, convinced that time is running out, you know?
I mean, better late than never. 1000%.
What would you say is, like, your worst fear in life? I know mine so clearly.
Not being successful.
Same.
I feel like I'm destined for greatness.
Yeah.
And for great things. And I realized all the preconditioned programming and mentality type stuff based on whatever it was based on, right?
Yeah.
However I learned it. But it was learned behavior that I'm like trying to like unlearn and really
No.
get there because I know I can.
Yeah.
It's just my own limitations that are holding me back. But
Right.
because of the way
I was raised and what I saw, like not just home, right, but like just in general, and like taking the safe path and like career-wise and following the rules and taking the steps, right? And I think I started questioning things more so, especially like we're 35, 36.
Yeah.
And not married and whatever. Like after that, like I had a 10-year relationship. After that ended, like I feel like I gave myself the time to get to know myself and really like go inward. And then the pandemic happened and I went inward even more.
Yeah.
And you learn things about yourself that you might not always want to like give time to or like be there for, but like I feel like that's what the pandemic did for me. Like I went inward, and I started healing like emotionally, energetically, even, and like being more in tune and connected to myself, and to like my being as a individual on this earth, but like as part of the earth and like part of something bigger, right?
I think like what's interesting is that the more you go inward, the more like you're able to really do things that it's like that self-love, like you giving yourself all the things that you know you love and need, and you start to feel more satisfied.
And the time and like
the time and just the nuance of the little silly things and like but the more you do that, I feel like the more you really lean into like who you really are and like what you really like, and it's actually really fulfilling because you're in control of like what experiences that you want to have, and
I think meditation helps with that.
Meditation really does help with that.
It's so good. It's everything I've ever wanted.
It's the perfect freaking texture.
Love this movie. You're gonna love it.
For more than 200 years.
It's like